They called him lazy, not once, not twice, but so often that the word became his identity. Teachers shook their heads when they looked at his empty notebooks. His neighbors whispered, "That boy will never make it." His friends stopped waiting for him because he always had an excuse. Yet deep down, he dreamed. He dreamed of building something great, of lifting his family out of poverty, of living a life that mattered. But every dream was like a cloud. It floated in his mind and vanished before he could touch it. The truth was simple. He had potential. Everyone saw it. But potential, left unused, becomes nothing more than wasted time. One evening, when the air was heavy with the scent of summer rain, he wandered aimlessly through his village. His eyes fell on an old man sitting on a wooden stool, carving a block of wood with a tiny knife. The boy smirked and said, "Why spend hours on something so small? Isn't it a waste of time?" The old man looked up with calm eyes and said something that would haunt the boy for years. "Time is all we truly own. The question is, what will you carve out of it?" The boy laughed it off, but that night, lying awake in the silence, he heard the words again and again. What will you carve out of your time? For the first time, fear crept in. Not fear of failure, but fear of regret. He imagined himself old, sitting alone, whispering, "I could have been more." That thought shook him. The next morning, before the sun had risen, he tried something different. He opened his books. He studied. His friends mocked him. "You change. Impossible." His family doubted. "Don't push yourself too hard. You'll give up soon." But he didn't stop. Something inside had shifted. The first week was brutal. He wanted to quit. His habits fought back, pulling him toward laziness, toward comfort. But each time he felt weak, he remembered the old man's words. Slowly, he started winning small battles. He woke up an hour earlier. He made a to-do list and actually followed it. He stopped making excuses. And here is what most people don't realize. Greatness doesn't begin with giant leaps. It begins with small victories. Waking up when you don't want to, choosing discipline over distraction, choosing progress over perfection. The boy began to change. He was still ordinary in many ways. Not the smartest, not the strongest, not the most talented. But he became something far rarer. Consistent. Years passed. His friends who laughed at him drifted into mediocrity, still saying, "One day I'll change." But one day never came. The boy, however, had carved something out of his time. A new self. And then life gave him a moment. A test! A scholarship opportunity that seemed impossible. Everyone said, "Don't bother applying. You'll never make it." But he applied anyway. He pushed through sleepless nights, endless practice, constant rejection, and he won. The boy who once wasted his days lying under a tree, the boy who everyone dismissed as hopeless, had changed his destiny. Years later, he returned to the roadside where the old man once carved wood. The stool was empty. The man was gone. But there, resting on the ground, was the finished carving. A beautiful wooden sculpture with a single word etched into its base. Time. The boy picked it up, tears filling his eyes. He finally understood. Potential is useless without action. Time, once wasted, never returns. Discipline, not talent, shapes destiny. And so I ask you, what will you carve out of your time? Will you let your potential rot under the weight of excuses? Or will you shape it, slowly, patiently, into something unforgettable? Because your life is a block of wood. Every choice, every action, every sacrifice is a cut of the knife. Wasted time leaves it rough and unfinished. But discipline carves it into something extraordinary. Don't waste your potential. Don't wait for tomorrow. Your time is now.